The first SUV rolled in just after sunrise, then another and another. By the time the 12th black SUV lined the dirt road, engines humming like a warning, the entire trailer park had gone silent. Curtains twitched, doors creaked open, phones came out. And standing in the middle of it all was Marcus Red, a struggling black father with grease-stained hands, an empty wallet, and a 7-year-old son clutching his leg, wondering how one simple act of kindness had somehow summoned the most powerful people he'd ever seen. He hadn't stolen. He hadn't run. He'd only fixed an engine, and now his past was about to collide with his future. Marcus Red woke up every morning before the sun, not because he wanted to, but because survival didn't wait for comfort. The trailer park was quiet at that hour, the kind of quiet that reminded you how forgotten a place could be. Paint peeled from doors. Rust crept along car frames like a disease. Dreams here didn't die loudly. They just faded. His son, Caleb, slept curled under a thin blanket behind him, breathing softly. That sound, that steady breath, was the only reason Marcus still tried. Once years ago, he'd been a certified diesel mechanic. Good, too. The kind people trusted with their lives on the highway. But one layoff, one medical bill, one missed rent payment, and the fall came fast, too fast to stop. By mid-morning, Marcus was fixing a neighbor's lawnmower for $20 when he heard it, the sharp, desperate click of a car refusing to start. Down the road stood a woman beside a luxury SUV that didn't belong anywhere near this place. Clean shoes, frantic eyes, phone pressed to her ear, voice shaking. The engine hood was open, steam hissing like a warning. Marcus hesitated. People like her didn't come here by accident. And they definitely didn't ask men like him for help. But then he noticed her hands trembling and the way she kept glancing around like she was scared. "You okay?" he called out, wiping his hands on a rag. She looked at him, really looked at his worn boots, his son peeking from behind him, the grease under his nails. For a moment, pride fought desperation. "My car died," she said quietly. "I'm supposed to be somewhere important." Marcus almost laughed. Everything was important when you had options. He knelt by the engine without asking for payment, listening like it was speaking to him. 10 minutes. That's all it took. A loose connection. A simple fix no roadside service would bother with. When the engine roared back to life, the woman covered her mouth in disbelief. "You just saved me," she whispered. Marcus shrugged. "It's just an engine." She reached for her purse. He shook his head. "Keep it. You look like you need today to go right." Before leaving, she turned back. "What's your name?" "Marcus." She nodded slowly, like she was committing it to memory. "Thank you, Marcus. I won't forget this." He watched her drive away, unaware that those words, "I won't forget, were about to change everything." That night, Marcus tucked Caleb into bed, unaware that somewhere far beyond the trailer park, conversations were already happening, calls were being made, names were being checked. And by morning, 12 SUVs would arrive, not to threaten him, but to reveal the truth about who Marcus Red really was, and why his kindness mattered more than he could ever imagine. The sound came first, low, heavy, controlled. Marcus noticed it while pouring cereal into a chip bowl for Caleb. At first he thought it was thunder rolling in early, but the sky was clear, too clear. Then the sound grew louder, closer. Engines, many of them, moving in slow formation. Save-Z. Caleb pressed his face to the small window. Dad, why are there so many cars?" Marcus stepped outside, cereal forgotten. That was when he saw them. One black SUV, then another, lining the dirt road like a silent army. 12 in total, polished, identical, government quiet. Men in dark suits stepped out, scanning the area with practiced precision. The entire trailer park froze. Neighbors peeked out, whispering. Someone shut a door hard. Someone else started recording. Marcus's heart dropped into his stomach. No, he had lived long enough to know what power looked like, and this was power. A man in a tailored suit approached him, calm but serious. "A Marcus Red?" Marcus pulled Caleb behind him without thinking. "Yeah, that's me." "We're not here to arrest you," the man said gently, reading the fear on his face. "We're here because of what you did yesterday." Marcus blinked. Fixed a car?" The man nodded. "You fixed her car." The rear door of the lead SUV opened. The woman stepped out. But she wasn't just a stranded driver anymore. She wore authority like a second skin now. Calm, commanding, eyes sharp but kind. The kind of woman who made rooms listen when she spoke. She smiled when she saw him. "Good morning, Marcus. His throat went dry. What? What's going on? What's going on? She crouched slightly so she was eye level with Caleb. You must be his son. Caleb nodded shyly. She stood and faced Marcus. Marcus. My name is Evelyn Carter. I'm the CEO of Carter Defense Systems. Marcus staggered back half a step. He'd heard the name. Everyone had. Government contracts. Billions. Didions. Power that reached places men like him never touched. She continued softly. Yesterday, my driver abandoned me during a critical trip. My phone had no signal. I was running late to a board decision that would determine thousands of jobs. And you helped me without asking for anything. Marcus swallowed. I just did what I could. That, she said, is exactly why I'm here. She turned to the suited men. One opened a folder. Marcus read, Evelyn said, a certified diesel and mechanical engineer, former military contractor, top of your class. Until a workplace injury, medical debt, and a system that doesn't forgive falling once. Marcus's fists clenched. I didn't ask for charity, she nodded. Good. I'm not offering charity. She handed him a document. A job offer, full benefits, paid relocation, housing assistance, a salary that made his hands shake. You fix engines, she said. But more importantly, you fix problems without asking who deserves help. I need people like that. Marcus looked at Caleb. His son's eyes were wide, hopeful in a way Marcus hadn't seen in years. But there was more. Evelyn raised her hand and another man stepped forward, older with silver hair and eyes that carried weight. This, she said, is Senator James Carter, my father. The man extended his hand. You saved my daughter yesterday, and you reminded me that this country still runs on people who do the right thing when no one's watching. The senator looked around the trailer park. We're also here to clear your medical debt, repair this community's infrastructure, and offer jobs to anyone willing to work. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Marcus felt something crack open in his chest. Not relief, not joy, vindication. For the first time in years, someone had seen him, not as a problem to manage, but as a man worth investing in. Later that night, as the SUVs disappeared down the road, Marcus tucked Caleb into a real bed in a temporary hotel room provided by the company. Dad, Caleb whispered, did you know helping people could change everything? Marcus smiled, eyes burning. No, son, but I knew it mattered. Outside, the world kept spinning. Power still existed. Struggle still waited. But Marcus Red no longer faced it alone. Faced alone. Because sometimes the smallest act, tightening a bolt, lending a hand, choosing kindness, doesn't just fix an engine. It starts a movement. And it reminds the world who really keeps it running.